aba nabo tulida kumusalirwa ino leero tukusubira president w'eggwanga General yagainuka Yoweri Kaguta Museveni okwogera kweri eggwanga mu better state of the national address, which is a ritual by our constitution, nti buli ku ntandikwa ya mwaka omuya kugwa parliament ni government aida yategeeza ensi bweyemereire mugere etali ya bulido. Lero yasoose kuwayamu ni deputy speaker we ni speaker wa parliament mchala ni Tamongo ni Thomas Tayebwa beyagana ine makage nakasero basoka kuwayamu era omulundi ogusokerera Museveni okwogera ku n'abantu nga azira mask lero yabayina maski ate yagema n'abantu mu ngalo bulungi no kiboneka nti finally the old man has outlived the fears of COVID-19. He now trusts people are healthy enough and they can interact. Kale bingi byetusuubira olwaleero ate nga nimba naife aba FDC olunaku lw'eigulo akakiiko k'abantu omusanvu akaatebwa mu kibiina kya FDC okunoonyereza ku miroboli n'obutagemagana obuli mu kibiina ekyo wagati w'abakitandikawo n'abayaka bali kukitambuza buti taaku n'abandi abakyenda kwatandisa olunaku lw'eigulo. Professor Dr. Frank Nabwiso Bulima nali kulira akakiiko ako akali kunoonyereza ku ki ekiriwo n'okusobola okutabaganya abantu bano bombi. Nabuuza Salamu last week namuwa Salamu ebintu tibirungi ku FDC omukyalo omukatoliki yakata all is well. Kakiiko kali kwanoonyereza kati Salamu Musumba ono n'abandi abatandika ekibiina bali kati kiteeka nga bwe kyali lubereberye ekiribaneka kano wekiri. No Salamu, things must change. The party must revolve. The party must grow. The party is a living thing. It grows from childhood, it gets into teenage, losses, and above all, you cannot want to stick to the very morals, the very principles you started with. The party must change with the times. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm happy to be here, and don't scare me about anything.
Am I scared?
Sine bakaka wani mwana kulwa lero kabiri mwagonde mutya muli mutya mwebale kubayo musoke na mugongo tukawuna bugole bwana mugongo
mwakikoze
nebaza mwena abategesi nebaza abakatoliki mwena abadasisi y'eggwanga oyimbi myanga tuli batono
abakatoliki
tuli batono
mwatulaze nga muli kamaala
twekunganiza twakuba nti mu butono bwaife katujja tubalageko nti tuliwo
era mwatulagako era
tuli bulungi mu mwoyo era nife bakagwa mwebale mwena abadasisa y'eddinda mwebale Bishop Charles Martin Wamika mwebale priests, the religious, the catechists, ni mwabakristu benekerezia mwebale inyo abataka abo bobona bekungire mwaka mulamba baida mu bungi
kyo mwakitu
tibakitumire bakobya ati luno olugendo tulwesobolera kalutambule obigere
basituka
era baba katukiro wa Busoga okitiibwa Joseph Muvawala
bulido nti kitwalanga kumana nti mukatoliki
nero erina lya Yosefu
mwenabona kali mukulwana
erina lya Yosefu Bishop Willigas ne yali muwa Bishop Willigas yamwenda ino era mwana wa Bishop oyo
nambona muntu olode itaka lya iferi ya Bugembe Cathedral nga ali kulwana tikodi aenda kulitwala na roza nti nawozanga nti mukristayo alwanira kutaasa itaka lya ifa Anglican namana kandi mukatoliki kya kimuleta mu bya ife kyaliki
mwe enda ulo kiboba musogoso kakuba musoga me wabe bindi
me waida kulya ife
ati muli Basoga
yero bagezera itaka lwaki yeje rubaga
itaka lya Busoga lyona lya baba muyanga ate osuntu maire ku itaka lya baba
oya ene Busoga
yona
Uganda Salamu not Busoga
mo mutaka aba mwene itaka tiwe kiri So engeri yokaali kwetegereza
kadumira omuntu aleeta jambi yomukooti neitaka lirya nani muholo nonagalula ati kutaheiko. But I was happy you told me here that you're going to announce. You know, it is rare that in a public function like Namugongo, someone comes up the way Kasule Lumumba came up. I wish I would get that voice. Kasule Lumumba said, mwebale kutuwa sente tukozeisa tutegeike nedindi disigairewo tujja kudiwayo dikola emirimu ekindi. It is up to now I'm still wondering what type of person is Kasule Lumumba and what type of institution the Catholic Church. They announced publicly before everyone to millions of pilgrims that a sente dali disigairewo. That is rare.
You see, our government yajotwa obuwumbi obubiri yabutuwa lwakubiri ng'omukolo gwalwa mukaaga. Twali tudisuubira kubeera buvunaanyizibwa bwa gavumenti okubona nga ife ba citizens nife abalamazi nti tufuna what we want as a Catholic Church. So batuwa obuwumbi bubiri 2 billion shillings at about 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Esaawa eyo, but before twali twekozeemu omulimo buli parish bambi abasoga bembona obwavu bwe tuli nabo aye buli parish kumpi bagiwa omutemwa gwa 40 million. 40 million is a lot of money
for a parish
to mobilize throughout the year. And they did a good job. I bambi n'abantu abandi, they made a very big contribution to us, MTN. N'abantu abandi. MTN yatuwa miliyoni 2 yandituwaire n'edisinga kwawayo obukodo. Aga. Yatuwa. Nze ndidi beba abasinga kwawo.
Oli mukano.
Ndi mukano ntya, ndiko bakyene.
Yaba wabiri.
Yatuwa.
Wali osubira lisingawo.
Nze nali nsubira nti 10.
Edo badiwa bivulu.
Ife tuli kivulu.
Edo badiwa bivulu, badiwa mipiira, badiwa bintu biri mu bantu kuidha bano akubatamira mu kubasanuka.
So anyway, MTN yatuwa sente, I must appreciate. Nze obana nabapima nababeeyi nene.
Airtel yabawo imaka.
Airtel bati batuwa. Anyway, that entire list tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be having an evaluation meeting of Namugongo.
So do you want to say that by the time government gave you money,
we had decided to move on? I'm sure we had borrowed. We had also borrowed, we had made an undertaking, and we were moving. We had made frantic efforts. To come really misuga jitwereze. Because government here Uganda, you must be cautious. Maybe the tider. Maybe the tider. What do you do? So anyway, the bottom line is
that was
equals
good.
It was, government gave us money.
And you held a very powerful function.
Corporations gave us money. Our Christians contributed money.
You mean
and the bottom line is
you mean the church involves everyone, including lay people, like to the level of knowing how much money has come, where it has come from, and where it is going? Because you speak like you are the archbishop. you seem to know everything.
Of course,
how money came and where it is.
I do because Naliku organizing committee here in Namugongo, where we've been sitting for over 8 months. So only I know. And it is my business to know, by the way. Esente diriwo. And esente though, in the budget, we are going to do yobonanga a legacy project.
Monumental kind of.
A legacy project. And that legacy project wasn't named, I'm sure, to judge it Saku. Chiche chidukizo cha Namugongo.
Cha Busoga.
Cha Busoga.
But when Busoga hosted?
This is what we did.
This is what we did.
Yes, because you must have mulino okusigaza akawo wako nga kakaja mu maiso. Ate namaze nabita ku n'ebugonza. Ebugonza, ebula mojo waife. Namaze nabita ku ebugonza. Ngechimbise ebugonza. Iwe kaba kuganya kusaatuuke no saatuuke. Nabaire ndi kujja Namwiha. Kubona kubeeyo nakulira nakukobera. Namwiwa. Yabaire graduation nakoba nti kankozesa omukisa guno kwina. Naje Namwiha. Era naatuuke Namwiha aye nga yakyuka. Ekoze ino. Yakyuka mukukula ino. Ekuze kisookera ddala omuyembe gwange gwe nalyanga ewa Salamu. Guzirawo. Wakulira mu Basulumi bana bafumanga piraawo. Ewa Salamu efamily ya piraawo. Piraya abo mutiere. But that was a Muslim family. How did you fit in? It was a Muslim family, but it was the biggest family there, and there were so many kids. So how did you fit in? So I was around them. I wasn't with them. I was around them. So my mother was a health worker in Namwiwa Health Center. So ngabe tujja okubona mama, tujja okuwumula. Aboni ba neighbor baife. So muyembe kubagutu. Twasulanga mnumba bajetanga ya Muserebende. It was a pink house. Najinunia nga tiri jibona. But I saw bali kutema miyembe kuosha mumanda na fene teno guli nyumba. So nali Namwiha nabona banange nasanuka era banange abe Namwiha mbasugirye bataka ino. Okay. Ole muri mugwa Namwiha mbula moji gwetu idi omukulu gwali gw'abawalabu abo gwakutufumbira mutyere all through. Twaiza napangisa mutabani wawe mulamba amba naye nkumfumbira mutyere nendo mutyere. Mperano Namwiha yabanga ejinari. Ochidinga yali ojinari. Jinari eba ya pamba. No. Nga mujja tukamtown. Era nalingira ba nawulira ebigambo ebyogerwa nga bikambwe nti eriyo dokita ali kuba ibeitaka. Aye mama yankoba ati baba w'omwana w'omuvubuka oyo yali akolaawo ku jinare. Mperano jinare eyo awo wali kukoba ati awona wabwe okuva ku jinare paka ku idwaliro. So there's a lot of kastaba n'ebiwandiiko mu Uganda azira idala and nga nali nkali kutuuka ku mukolo ogwo maama nga nkobera ati muna wali waawo omusaadha yalinga awo ng'atunga ngayitunga akuba biseepiki aye yasomesa omwana yavaamu. So we were talking about marveling at what life can give you. Njo tuuka ku mukolo nga kairi dokita gwe bali kuwayaku oyo kairi afuuse kizibu ku kyalo aye nga baba yakubanga seepiki mweyatoola fiizi ole yabuuza ati bwaba yalina ettaka lityo ekyamukozesanga ebyo byonna n'atatunda kusomesa mwana ki. So there is battle in Namwiha over land. Land grabbing has extended its poisonous fangs as far as there. For us in public land is under threat. You don't just play around with land like this. Tukotema butebi tutaka kuzanyira ku itakali. Ekitakali wa ebintu biti omukali neitakali ebyo tozanya tohoza ambozi mutetulinde ya those ones to be sorting iraho biro you missed a lot. You'd have married in Bulamungi and made a very big contribution there. It would be very different having Balamoji children there. It would be a different sense of the ones I have are good enough. Abasaiza bakulingire bulingiriri badolia bebiseera ebyo. Let's have a short break. When we return, we begin politics with Salamu Musumba, starting with the State of the Nation address. Eskuvirwa later today.
Ino ni Gangamka ku Baba TV. This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaya. Ino ni Baba TV obusoga bulaire.
So, this is where it all began. Those styles weren't working.
So we made something better.
And you didn't stop there.
We knew we weren't changing the world with our clothes, but the women who wear them might.
And you went from playing with dolls
to becoming a fashion powerhouse.
We see your great. Katukuyambe okusensamu with Absa Business Banking. Speak to us about how we can help you get it done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa.
BF Suma International ekutusakala kugumu kujjanjaba prostate enlargement nga tolongoseddwa mu baami. Ofuna obubonero buno wamanga omusulo gwesiba akaago kanafuwa omusulo gukubalagala ngofuka ofuisa emirundi mingi mu kiro okubula amaanyi g'ekisajja obulumi mu kiwato n'okulumizibwa ng'oli mu nsonga z'ekikulu. Tweyune tukebere ofuna obujjanjabi ku ddwaliro lyaffe tusangira Kampala Road 0757 43 17 ye namba gyobo tukubirako tujjenjaba n'endwadde endala nyingi okugeza pressure, sukali, ulcers, stroke, emigongo egiruma, arthritis n'ebirala bingi. Tutuukire ku ddwaliro lyaffe ofuna obujjanjabi.
But I packed some snacks in her bag.
Can you see that guy?
Hey kid, I have more for you from Sam's.
Sam's offers you a wide range of snacks. Sam's, taste the difference.
Wamaliriza siniya ey'okuna oba siniya ey'omukaaga nga wandyagadde ofuna obukugu mu by'obujjanjabi weewandiisa olwaleero ku ttendekero lya St. Francis Schools of Health Sciences. Tusomesa ku mitendera gya diploma ne certificate era ng'okuwandiisa abayizi kugenda mu maaso mu matendekero gano okuli erya School of Nursing and Midwifery, School of Allied Health Sciences wamu ne School of Management and Applied Sciences. Omuli courses nga Clinical Medicine, Pharmacy, Medical Laboratory, Nursing and Midwifery n'endala nnyingi era nga twakakasibwa wadde ebitongole nga UAHE mu courses eza Allied Health Professionals Council, UNMEP mu courses eza Uganda Nurses and Midwifery Council, saako ne UGTE mu courses za Management School. Weewandiisa olwaleero nga tusangibwa Namataba kilomita 5 zokka okuva mu tawuni y'e Mukono ku luguudo oludde Jinja, oba otukyalireko ku mutimbagano gwaffe ku www.slash.ac.ug.
Abantu b'ekirika n'ebitundu ebiriranye twe Unite for Junction Shopping Mall ekirika Namugongo Road mu maaso ga Sheru Kireka. Jangu wegulira ebintu mu maduuka gaffe omuli supermarket ez'omulembe, amaduuka ag'engoye eziri ku mulembe, ayagala amasimu amapya, restaurants ez'omulembe ezifumba ekimere ekiri loko, emmere yaffe endala omuli ne Continental Food, Makeup Studios, yenjogera ekindekeki, bannange parking ngazi ate nga security eri ggulugulu. Byonna ebibe ku Junction Shopping Mall ekirika Namugongo Road maaso ga Sheru Kireka. Tukulindiridde. Eno ni Baba TV obusoga bulaire. Eno ni Gangamka ku Baba TV. This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaya.
Alright, kali ku Baba TV program ganga muka jitulimu ni Proscovia Salamu Musumba. Just this last week we had 2 critical retreats. The ruling party retreated at Chankwanzi. The combined opposition also retreated at a Salamu hotel in Kampala to forge a way forward on how to remove Mr. Museveni, while Mr. Museveni was also forging a way forward on how to entrench himself further. You did not attend the opposition retreat. Was it by design?
Tulikuwagala limit.
Betwenda.
Okay. Olusirika olwa NRM lwali Chankwanzi weeks 2. Conference yali emunyonyo naku 2 olwategekebwa office ya leader of opposition. Mulusirika olwo tyalimu. Era zena naluwulira nga bw'oli ku luwa yaako. So TD nsonga kidaagayibwa TD kubanga ku platforms zetusharingira ku information. One, tikwali invitation, tikwali notice nti waliwo ekiri kujja mu maiso n'okuvaayo nkali kubona ku resolutions. What did we decide? Okutoola ku bwena bwoine press release eya NUP mu mawulire ku platforms zino ekoba nti twabaire emunyonyo aye ezira kida kubaayo mutamala na biseera. So tida bwogera ku nsonga y'entaidi okutoola ku okoba what it should have been. One,
we needed to retreat now.
We did need to retreat.
It was an opportunity
to reorganize our forces in parliament, to reorganize our tactics in parliament. Because now this is a military thing. You must think with military precision. You must think ahead of the person you're dealing with. And that thinking doesn't seem to come through. We are still on analysis. Now we need bakalimu analysis, bakalimu if 1, if 10, if 2. So the strategic thinking that is required in this third year of this parliament needs to be updated. Kubanga emyaka 2 gibiseeko.
Yes, you start a 3rd year.
A 3rd year ojo kutuka mu 3rd year ng'oli mid-term. Ate mid-term eba nzibu lwakubanga abantu baba batandise panic button okuyirayo for re-election. So ne Chankwanzi ababaireyo bagayiya bebona ku at close range bagaye biri kujja maiso. Aye, from what I hear bagayiya bigaye byamu byebagaya buliyo.
Sara leero tontwaleyo ega imemu awayiya 2 years after. What did the opposition say?
No, it's my business.
What did you retreat
It's also
about?
my business. It wasn't a retreat.
What was it?
2 days.
Okay, it was an evaluation.
Okay, it was an audit. An evaluation and re-strategizing. Not look in the...
You cannot dismiss a matter where Robert Kyagulanyi of NUP attended, Kiza Besigye of FDC attended, Mugisha Muntu of NT attended, and all these ones. We thought it was all for the combined opposition to plan.
Mpera aneya structure inze. Program way, tininze. I didn't structure the program. So you're asking the wrong person. You're asking the wrong person because the right person is the person who structured the program at Munyonyo for 2 days. And that person
you're surprising that you are saying toidibya abaireyo.
I don't.
Ate wategere byabere Chankwanzi. That's not fair.
It is fair because you see in Chankwanzi their communication is posted.
Yes.
It is posted. So you read they are
talking.
They are talking. So you are able to analyze and they do it in public. This one was like a conference, inviting external people and hear them out and then discuss. In a format, like conference.
So you are able to follow Chankwanzi,
14 days is a long time.
But you did not follow.
Listen, my brother.
Munyoni.
14 days is a long time. 14 days and 2 days. First of all, evaluate it at that point. Was time given, sufficient time given to deal with the issues, the sticky issues? No. But 14 days, the best you can do to counter them is 14 days. If the least you can do is 7 days, you can't really achieve what needs to be fixed in 2 days. Back to back, you can't. So, in terms of time allotted to the effort, amount of time given to digest the critical issues of governance, the challenge of transition, the threat of succession, all these needed time.
Those are the topics that I expected you to talk about. The threat of success. You are actually saying the threat of succession, the economic challenges of our country, the growing economic challenges, the security problem, the disintegrating forces of the opposition. These are the topics. These are the things.
Disintegrating a country. A disintegrating country. This country is leaking from all seams, from all joints, you know? So, there's a threat to the nation that we must deal with. There are creeping disasters that you can see. For me, a person who worked for the Red Cross in disaster preparedness, I know many things. I have the tools to analyze that there's a creeping disaster. The time frame for it is like this. We have threats, internal and external. All those we must deal with. And that opportunity hasn't been yet.
That was the opportunity to bring this to the fore.
It did not happen as an opportunity then. Because an opportunity is an environment that presents itself for you to discuss all these things. And no, it didn't happen. But I also believe that the expertise is lacking in the office of the leader of opposition to interpret the mandate, to interpret the entire latitude of what the mandate entails. I don't know where to put it. I don't know how to put it nicely. You see, people here don't want to deal with the hard facts, facing the gorilla in the eye. So they gloss over matters, they like petty things. Tulikugwaga. Uganda neri kugwa, my brother.
Salamu, mulikugwa.
Tuligwaga.
We have talked.
We are already on the ground. Tuligwaga.
People have refused to understand. Aye mulikugwa.
Bani. Olikoba bani. Muna wena yogera ngo musaada.
Kwogera imwabenda change.
Yogera ngo musaada lekera okwogera.
Imwabenda change mulikugwa. Especially FDC Salamu mulikugwa.
Olikoba bubi, oliyogera bubi.
Nkobe nti mulikugwa.
Tetusobola kuba tulikugwanga olininze gano. Chiba chitia tugwa tutia nga ndiwo.
Okay, nkoye mulikubula.
Kale.
Kusana, which of the two?
No, what we are doing is that we are not meeting our challenge. Meeting the mandate.
You did not talk about the hard issues in the retreat.
You see, we were not the organized.
See them come out. Even NRM talked the hard issues.
Which ones?
They talked about hard issues.
Like what?
That's the man. Tell us, is it you or your son?
Is that hard?
It is hard.
It is not hard, my brother. You make it look hard.
The answers he gave.
Listen, my brother.
The answers he gave.
They are not hard. They are not hard.
That was hard stuff.
What is hard?
Because you are not asking it. Have you asked? Has the opposition asked that?
Listen, guys. You do not impose a narrative on a state. You do not impose unconstitutional debates into the body politic. You can only infect like viruses infect, like bacteria infect. If you are telling us to discuss the viral infection and the bacteria infection into our body politics, yes, that infection, we will talk about it. Because it destabilizes the entire.
You call it infection.
Yes, because we agreed that we are going to work in a multi-party dispensation. Now, if you say you are, did you hear? that the NRM secretariat is useless, that the NRM secretariat is not up to the job, that in fact, MK, you are doing better than them? Is it tenable? Is it possible? How on earth can that happen? That is the infection I'm talking about. How do you become the main subject of our body politic? You? No, sir. Please, please. That infection will be discussed.
Zeiza yakobanga. Ati gabamani era ati naidukanya kati beera bulijjo otyo bwoba. Muti muhuisya byokwegemenkereza mwekwata kino mwegemenkereza kino. If they ask you to assess your first 2 years
I'll tell you something.
Of this term as opposition, what have you done?
We cannot run a guerrilla state. We ended the guerrilla war. We instituted a constitution that would guide us in the way we transact business. Now, we have come to understanding that now you have technically thrown away the constitutional order. You want us to engage in a guerrilla way, and we shall.
You have the capacity to.
Look at me.
You can keep lying to yourself.
Which capacity do you have? Which capacity you have, Ugandan?
Which capacity do you have to engage in guerrilla politics, Salamu?
Look at you.
When you are disjointed yourselves, you even fear to discuss the hard issues yourselves. You can't even sit together yourselves. How would a major thing like that one happen? And even Salamu Musumba does not know. And then you come here and you want me to believe that you're on the right track. When you do not, you are able to follow what's happening in Changwans.
Is there even a track? Listen, my brother, there is not even a track. There is not even a track. Listen to the State of the Nation address. That is an opportunity that has been abused since it was instituted.
Abused how?
Listen, do you know what forms the State of the Nation? You will start from 1986. The State of the Nation is supposed to give an annual account of how the state is.
That is what happens.
You see the storytelling that happens, as you said, a ritual. That ritual, I know even how it will begin. I know even the starting sentence. Every Ugandan knows how it will start for us. We know. We are not even enthused about what is going to happen. It's another mega expenditure that is worthless. Actually, they should get us a press release. Just post it on every media house. We will read and know what they mean. All the fanfare, all the what is equal to nothing.
It cannot be you,
it
is a former legislator of experience, to dismiss a State of the Nation address.
I will tell you.
This is a constitutional requirement,
the content,
for sure.
Listen, my brother, the content of the State of the Nation does not meet.
Who should determine the content? Is it Salamu Mwenda or the president? The mandate is on the president.
Sir.
Yes, madam.
Are you sir?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Absolutely. Duly knighted. Double knighted, Salamu.
How sad.
Double knighted.
You don't meet the standard of a sir.
You
don't. I will tell you something. I'll tell you something. The State of the Nation address has a history to it. It is a matter that was taken in this constitution, the new constitution. It wasn't there in the last constitutions. This was picked from America. This was picked from UK. Whenever the Queen and now the King opens Parliament, they give the State of the Nation. 2, even in Congress, the State of the Nation is given annually by the President.
Yes.
So, that is where it comes from. It doesn't come from Namwendwa. It has a character of itself, it has a content of itself, and it has a positioning in the politics of the country. So it is not an empty space to which you fill in any garbage and throw it at people and force them to drink it. No, sir. It is an audit of what you have used the public trust in the last year. It is an audit, it is an evaluation, it is an understanding that, guys, in a state, a patriotic state, what would happen is that, guys, this is what my government has done.
Who does the audit? Because it cannot be Museveni, the implementer, to audit himself.
You see,
so who audits?
I'll tell you something. Statesmen. Statesmen, I hope you know that word. Statesmen, people of character, people of stature, audit themselves. They say, I have done this well. I haven't done this very well. I will do. That's what men do. Real men do. They look at themselves, they look at the country, they look at the family and say, family level, I have not met my obligation. I intend to do it better. And this is the plan. I want your support. I want you to travel with me this journey. It also happens per country. Look at the state of the nation in Kenya. You know, we all copycat.
Museveni has done that.
You know this copycat thing we have done for ourselves.
Museveni has done that. And in his journey,
problem.
He has moved
no
with
problem.
Those who understand him and who are willing to move with him.
These are public documents. And I have the honor of having to write responses to the state of the nation since multi-party politics returned. Under Professor Latigo, under Honourable Nandala, under who was there in between? Winnie Kiza, under Betty Award. All these are documents that the party responds to in a formal way.
The irony of this
is
that the blind are seeking to lead the seeing.
How's that? How's that?
The blind you who are out of government want to lead somebody who is rightly into government, duly elected with the resources and the constitutional mandate. That it is Salamu, the blind opposition, wanting to tell Museveni.
I don't think you know the word blind. No, blind doesn't apply here.
Okay,
because you see, we live in the same country. We live in the same country. Tituli mukobera kyakola. Tituli mukobera kyakola era titusaana na mukobera kyakola. Kuba kasitofu no bukulembeze. You are assumed to know. You're better than me. You're leading me. And all I'm asking is that lead me not into temptation,
but into salvation.
Correct. And I'm saying, look, use all the mandate we've given you. You are the fountain of honor. You are the commander-in-chief. You are the minister of finance. You're the governor, Bank of Uganda. Use all that knowledge. You are in charge of the executive. You have tentacles as far as every bedroom. You know through intelligence network. You have. If you don't have the capability here and the capacity, we allow you even to hire the best and make our lives better.
And tonight,
do whatever it takes to make the Ugandan smile.
Tonight,
yes,
if you listen carefully to the State of the Nation address,
yes, I will.
You'll have all your questions answered. You'll know
and I will.
The mile we have moved
I will.
In terms of road construction, infrastructure development, tax collection, economic emancipation, transformation, political progress. You'll receive all of that in Mr. Museveni's
and
address.
I am waiting.
The issue that you are losing faith before it comes.
No. I have lived through all this. So there's a trajectory. There's a continuum, there's a scale to which I have been following. Not blindly, but as an academician, as a researcher, as an activist, as a political leader, and as a citizen. In all those facets of my life, I do an audit. And I ask myself, what else could it have been? Because we're always aspiring to be better and better. Now, I don't measure what is said because it impacts me. They are talking about me, that my economy has improved, my water has done this, my road network has done this. Where? What has happened? You saw that Isoro Road collapsed just yesterday. Did you see it? Yamegwike mbumeguketi. A road that for so long we have been told it worked so well. At this point, I would want to ask myself, has UNRA done better than the Ministry of Works with the resources they have had all this time? The answer is no, sir. The delays, the what in procurement, all those things speak volumes about that. But for me, the end point is that I should go back to my villages and look at the people whose lives have changed. And I will not ask them. I will not ask them about roads, schools and what. I'll ask them, touch your pocket and empty it for me. What is there? Even if I emptied yours, you would be ashamed. And let me tell you, when you want to know the state of an economy of any village where you are invited, either for bar, for a family function or a public function, just make sure you look at the dogs. The dogs of that village. The dogs. Embwa. They will tell you the state of the economy of that village. Embwa. So don't even think about all this. Embwa yokuchalo bunobuka quiz oida kagana na kajyo kobera nti the state of the economy here is average, is moderate, is good by the look of the stray dogs in that village. If there's nothing to drop on the skip, they have nothing to eat. And how will you tell the economy?
you measure economy from the healthy-looking state of the dogs.
Of a dog that lives in my village.
Of a village dog.
Yes. It tells a lot of what's happening in that village. You don't have your measures of
the
science.
The dogs are supposed to hunt. If they are lizard, they are not hunting. they would.
Anyway, don't take my word. Try it.
Let's have a short break. We'll return with Salamu.
This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaya. Enoni Baba TV Obusoga Bulaire.
Peak Systems Limited, we deal in the supply and maintenance of systems like intruder detection systems, access control systems, local and wide area network, point of sale systems, car GPS and fuel monitoring systems, razor and electric fence systems, gate automation systems. We supply and maintain all computer equipment. We also develop websites and provide custom-made softwares for all businesses. We are located on G&H Plaza, Chisasiba High Road. Please contact us on 0788 420 335 or 0757 017760. At Peak Systems Limited, technology and security made easy.
Jangu ewanise kati Uganda
okutuukiriza ekirooto kyo tukwanjulira Coral Coatings Uganda Limited bakolera langi ez'ebika byonna ow'omunda n'ewabweru. Langi gwe basiiga mu texture n'ebika ebirala bingi nnyo. Emirimu gyaffe tegyenkanika. Jjukira nti amakaago ky'ekitiibwa kyo n'omutindo gwo. Tukwanjulira Coral Coatings Uganda Limited tukusembereza ekirooto ky'ennyumba yo.
Tusako mwana mulezi omuyaga bwati King of the East Saka Free Boss nanyini mavoko ama height gabaya tulerinya nayimbira omutanda Palaso Muchivulu Love Festa ukulugogo Cricket Oval kulokutanunga mwenda June shilingi emitwalo 2 VIP emitwalo 5 emmeza ya milioni 3 sasula ku MTN Mobile Money osasula ku mu kitundu ate VIP emitwalo 4 ekitundu nyiga kamunyenye emu mukaga 5 kamunyenye mwenda 8 kadala ku Saturday nga 10 mbalala Ajip Motel omutwalo gumu VIP emitwalo 2 Sunday nga 10 Fort Portal mu Kisaawe shilingi omutwalo gumu VIP emitwalo 2 Friday 10 mukaga June Eruwero mu Kisaawe Saturday nga 17 Jinja mu Trans Gardens Sunday nga 18 Mubende mu Kisaawe wonna shilingi omutwalo gumu Palaso nga konkonye ndong muje tumuwagire n'ebibebi binnalonda namala bitegekeddwa Ssaabavulubalamu ebiwagirwa Pepsi Cola, Mango Safaris, Protea Hotel, Radio 4.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Musanvu ku 10 kuffe tufiiriddwa ensimbi nnyingi abafeereze batubbyeko, so nga twandizikozesezza okusasula ez'obupangisa, okwongera mu bizinesi, okusasula fees n'ebirala. Beera steady ng'okuuma ebibyo, era beera bulindaala ng'okozesa enkola y'okusasulira ku mitimbagano. Ennamba ye ya pini gikuume bulungi era togikaba. Kwata ennamba za kampuni y'amasimu entongole zokka.
Better steady, be better. In partnership with
Top of the Hour brought to you by
Sometimes dirt can give us something back. That's why I use new Omo with naturally derived stain removers. It penetrates deep to reach the toughest stains for powerful stain removal that still soften hands.
Today, as these young change makers give tires a new life.
Sometimes dirt can give us something back. That's why I use new Omo with naturally derived stain removers. It penetrates deep to reach the toughest stains for powerful stain removal that still soften hands.
Today, as these young change makers give tires a new life.
Top of the Hour brought to you by
Nile Plastics eikolera eryaganibwa mu Idinda Njeru Town. Tulina ebyuma eby'omulembe ebyeyambisibwa okufulumya ebintu eby'omumaka bino nga biri ku mutindo gw'ensi yona yona. Ebintu byaife bya plastic bikozesebwa okwambaka mu kugonza obulamu n'okuba nga bweyagaza eri abantu boona boona wano mu Iwanga ne Kulia olw'omutindo n'emboneka ey'endawulo omuli eby'omu ifumbiro nkani restaurant eby'abaana mu size doona doona doyenda kuno nga tutaku n'okukola obutebe n'emmeeza okubonesa ekifo kyo nga kya first class ate bwe kituuka ku tanka dhaife d'amaadi dhino ezira wandi wida kudagana ate nga difulumira mu saizi doona doona dakolebwa okuba nga dabuwangazi anti dhirina emibiri egiwerera irala ena okuwangalira mu mbeera yonna yonna ey'obuyire. Okumanya ebisingawo twaganibwa mu Njeru Town oba tukubire ku isimu lino noti 75 mwenda 2 noti 22 ndala ni ku email gmsugarplastic@gmail.com. gemagana n'aba Nile Plastics okufuna ebintu eby'omulembe.
Enoni Baba TV obusoga bulayire. Eno ni gangamuka ku Baba TV. This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaya.
Baba TV program gangamuka tukajja nayo maiso the Hot Cup at 9 ni Proscovia Salamu Musumba. In these last 25 minutes twatuli kulinga ku State of the Nation address ngabo ejjo okufanana Salamu Jakoba nti bukubyabo ine ko inuma azirabiyaka byasuubira although if it subira nti waida kubawe byaka they can always be something new bishi iwe byosubira mu State of the Nation address olwalero ya President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Mr. Museveni has consistently over the last 2 years been focusing on socio-economic transformation, helping improve household incomes, household conditions across the country through involving everyone, the money economy, the Emyoga program, the parish development model program, and the others are all aimed at broadening the money economy and make sure that everyone in their state small as they may appear, get an opportunity to get into the money economy. That, I think, is moving well. I don't know why Salamu Musumba does not believe that we're on the right trajectory.
Well, the consumer of all these programs, is found in every village of Uganda. Is found in every household of Uganda. Now you go and look at that consumer and see the flagship programs that they are celebrating. What have they done for the final consumer? I was at a burial yesterday. Honourable Maurice Chibali, I was burying his father. And I was in shock that the NRM has been pushed into okwewozaku. The pushback from the community to say, please shut up. We have had enough. Tulikuleta edengudo that who say obuwumbi but said shut up. Tulikuleta at the district, we have brought the district should expect 54 billion. They said please shut up. Until the chief mourner, who was the Right Honourable Kia Nakadama, was trying to explain to the people. And the people said, please go to hell. Those are lies, we've had enough. At a burial. Now, that's not me. A burial is an open space.
And a burial of an NRM
MP's father.
But perhaps even the late was NRM.
Oh, yes, must have been.
That should have been. That's least expected.
Yes, with over 40 members of parliament that came.
Predominant of NRM.
Yes, predominantly NRM, who came to commiserate with their colleague. And the indictment was very, very clear. Please, we've had enough. We have had enough. Don't tell us no more.
Where's the hostility coming from? Because there are two things. One, either the public understands so much what they are supposed to have, or, for lack of better words, they are ignorant about who is supposed to do what.
Well, the conversation was brought at a burial, which was not appropriate. I wonder what happened to us where we give a decent send-off. We respect the dead. You see, the respect of the dead is long gone. As we talked last time, burials have become the biggest political spaces. Amagomba masavu.
Very embarrassing word.
So it was really a referendum on what people are taking as government promises, government undertakings, and all that. So
you still take the people serious.
So who should I take serious? Because you see, they are the consumers of the product.
The very people complaining vote 90% of the ruling government.
And
so
that's why they are angry. That's why they are angry that finally they see what I saw. Because for me, I'm a constant reminder to them, nobody likes you, nobody cares about you, nobody thinks about you. You're on your own. Fend for yourself.
The people I find and I tell them that the best you should be doing is to apologize to me.
And they should.
If you start telling me what I told you 3 years ago, the best you can do is just
15 years ago, just apologize. I think they're organizing a public apology to me, particularly. Because while I was chairman of the district, the present chairman was a councillor. And they were the ones who peddled the propaganda that Salamu is taking a lot of money from you. I said, but where is the money? There is no money here. We are just doing our thing, trying to give the best opportunity to everybody. And now he's chairman, and he's the biggest lamenter. And people keep reminding him that, no, don't lament. You aspired to go there because telling us that you are better than everybody else. Now, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. The local governments are in trouble. because the local governments are being, they're setting up communities against the
But that's why I keep saying that the opposition equally is in trouble, because that public indictment towards government is not by opposition. It's by what they understand themselves in their own villages, not because they're organized by you. And majority, like you said, even those echoing the disagreement are members of the NRM, so it is opposition within NRM, not this opposition from outside here. Outside there, you are doing nothing. And I said without fear.
I'll tell you something. When your co-wife starts saying the things you have said for years, must you continue talking? They've finally understood. They're not good. They're just ready for pushover. Because once you start talking my language, then
you're understanding me.
Then you have actually understood me. And it means that I have been ahead of you for those many years, in which you've been in denial, in which you have procrastinated, in which you have lied and manufactured figures. Because we have told you time and again that these are manufactured figures. Where is the economy growing? The economy doesn't grow in the sky. If the economy was growing on figures of borrowed money, yes. But the borrowed money, you cannot grow rich using borrowed money and borrowed time. So when finally they have the courage to speak about the things we have over the years, insensately told them we are going wrong, then that tells you that we were better than them. They are only now following us.
That is true. You were better.
Yes.
The challenge, which I keep saying, and I will say it without fear of favor, I know many people have attacking what we say, is that at the time you're supposed to be ready now, that the people you have been talking to incessantly for so many years have not understood, but they have finally understood you.
Yes.
And you should be ready now to receive them and say, again, you are people supposed to receive them as scattered, disgruntled, disintegrated. This is what I see. And I say it because I love you. And I say it because I'm an honest Ugandan. The opposition growing in the villages on its own cannot be cultivated by the stewards of it who actually help to cultivate it. You can't harvest it.
You see, now you need a new formation. You need to upgrade. Because you could have a stampede of disgruntled people. That's where we are going. A stampede. For short of the word of an uprising, where every public official will be described as an enemy. Okay? That is what we want first to organize. Organize opposition, organize dissent. Not disorganized dissent. Because you could end up doing even worse than what the people you're complaining about have done.
That's the public fear now.
So what we need to present,
that's the public fear.
We need to present, and what brings me here every morning is to give confidence to the country that look, the things we have been talking about all these years, we have a plan, an immediate plan of how to resolve them. We do. You haven't been listening all these years.
You have a plan.
We do.
So
we have a plan.
Where is the plan?
I have the plan. The next time I come here, I will present that plan to the people of Uganda. What is it that we must do thereafter? The day after. Because the picking up of the pieces, this Uganda is in tatters, in untold tatters. Total tatters. You see people in big cars there, they are whistling to themselves and wondering, how do I move money from here to there? Because now I can see the inevitable end is coming. Because the end is inevitable. That's why we wanted to have democratic change. Because it's the best change, the change that will give us the best hope of stability to secure what we have made. Any other change is going to damage whatever we have invested in. So we are guarded, we are like a midwife trying to say, we know the problems are oversized, but even those oversized problems must be first organized one after another, or in a multi-sectoral way, in a way that will deliver what you want. Even when you're angry, you don't break all the cups in the house. Do you?
No, you don't.
You don't. And so this is now, we are in a different phase of how to deal with a collapsing institutional government into a personal government.
You know, I am not a woman. You are. You can teach me this. Is there a time in life
yes,
where you agree that for once your co-wife is better, either wholly or in some area? Does it happen?
It does.
It does.
It does. And you know why it does? Because we are gifted differently. We are different. And because I'm not a man, I also can't tell you.
You may not explain the gifts. I will tell you the gifts, but not.
And so, we are different. There are people you look at and say, really it was inevitable. This lady is very attractive. It was inevitable.
My husband
I
could
really
not go past this one.
I really understand. It does.
It does.
You acknowledge it in yourself.
You rarely say it.
Why should you say it? Why should you say it? You can't. And also you can see and say, this person is better organized. And that's why it introduces into positive competition and betterment in those families where that happens, where polygamy is accepted, or multiple partners is accepted.
Uganda is
one
that
lifts
state.
the other.
That's what I see.
Through competition. They don't do it through dialogue. They do it through competition, healthy competition.
I believe you must agree for once.
Yes.
That Ugandans need change. Majority.
Agree for once.
Ugandans
I have
need
known
change.
this all the time. Yes.
But you must agree that you are not ready to give them that change. Your co-wife has an immediate solution as you prepare yourselves.
You see, the biggest problem is that even that Ugandans fear change. And
they
change
want it.
has dawned on them. This is what the saying goes these days. If you don't change, what do they say commonly?
Change will change you.
Change will change you. Isn't it?
Yes.
Today it is said that if you don't change, change will leave you.
Oh.
Change will leave you.
It doesn't change
No,
you.
if it doesn't change, it leaves you parking. It has gone on. So if you don't change, change will leave you.
Ako kayaka.
Anti yabale tokaide.
Mbaite
Era nze
kaide.
plana ninze nkaide.
Bw'oloba okukyuka.
Enkyukakyuka ezaakubitako. Tobona.
Ife tubaye tuyidde nti bw'oloba okukyuka. Enkyukakyuka ekukyusa.
Ayibe.
Nti ekuleka buleka.
Ekuleka buleke. Esira time yo. Iwe mwene ojja okwirengulwa okulingayo. Nga bakoma wala.
Bw'abayire ku kyalo Namwendwa. Ng'abantu balika buli wa gavumenti toyogera tuwulire ebimala ekitayundwa toyogera mwogera ebimala iwe waba boine nga bali serious nti ekyo kye bali kusaba bayinza okukisaba nga n'isabuni bw'anaida n'omuunu n'isukaali n'ekyebitaano era banaasigala ke bagumye basabe kire ekisinga kuba kye bali kubanda buti ni kye bayenda lule kyenji yaba bitako
Bachikolaku. Look at the figures.
Bachikolaku.
Bachikolaku. Bachikolaku. Begezam. Bachikolaku.
Maybe kuvualamu.
Bachikolaku. Bachikolaku. They were resolved and they are even more resolved now. They can't live like this for the rest of their lives. They've sold practically everything. They've taken children to school and the children don't even have any job to talk about any earnings, any resources available. The family resources have been depleted. The loan pandemic.
The loan pandemic.
You see? Life is not good there.
And the interesting part, Museveni yakobe nabe webe nakati you MPs, stop taking loans. Stop living beyond your means. All of you are indebted because you are promising
what you can't
give in the constituency.
And why are they promising?
And you are not telling people.
You see, they are promising because of government service delivery failure. And the problem still remains with them because they are the ones supposed to fix it. Now, they have taken a shortcut of becoming the government. They have become highly indebted, poor MPs, and they are now not able. They should not be. They are not able to handle the problem they've created for themselves and for the country.
I have learned that if you refuse to change, change will leave you.
Correct.
That's what you say.
Correct. Change will leave you. You can't stop change.
When you go back to FDC,
yes, please.
Make sure you repeat that statement before everyone.
I do.
That if they refuse to change, change has left them.
No, change will leave them.
Will leave them.
Will leave them. And you see, that is a threat that people don't see. Even when you tell people, you say, guys, if we don't change, change will leave us.
Change will leave you.
Change begins with us.
Sure, it will leave you.
And change goes through us, and we move on with change. So, there we are.
In the last few minutes left,
yes.
Tell us about the disagreements we have. The truth outside that one group, somebody wrote a paper and said Salamu Musumba and Andala Mafabi and Amriato Boy want FDC to collapse. They are wrestling West out of the party.
You see, that is not true. The founder of the struggle we are in to free ourselves and live in a country where we all thrive is retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye.
True.
And he is the flag bearer of people's involvement to redeem themselves. Anybody fighting him works for who and for what? Yes. How can I fight him?
You see, you want him to get off of this affair. His time is out.
You see, that junk talk started with DP block.
Junk talk.
Junk.
Did you mean the word?
I chose it. I have so many of them in my head. But that junk talk is a design, is a state propaganda to throw out Dr. Besigye from the body politics. It started with DP block. It went into people power. It went into NOP. It didn't succeed. It is now threatening to come from in-house.
Not threatening. It has come back.
No.
It has come back
threatening. It's just threatening. And it won't succeed.
It has come back to the party.
No. Because if you don't understand who your father is, then go and find a surrogate elsewhere. Because this party, which we formed, Reform Agenda, PAFO, NDF.
Tunawuliranga mboozi endala eyo ti ya Museveni mwene wa mwena tunatandikanga kirala ekyo
gy'okola ekikyo ekizira ku baddaadda baakyo gy'okola ekikyo okyete Simon Muyanga Party Mperano Simon Muyanga party. Ojenga bojiri aku soka wajiri aku Muyanga. Wamira. Waira wano nachi Simon. There are things you can't change. History was written and it is in indelible ink. The people who started this party are still alive. Why did they start it? And why did you join it? Because you joined it because it was attractive, isn't it?
Yes.
And to keep it attractive, you must keep all its relics, its things in it. Because it has regalia, it has a motto, it has everything. If you don't like it, in the political marketplace, there are other products as well. This one, if you're fighting the founder, then you are not a party member.
The founder has remained rigid,
over what?
Uncompromising,
he's not even in the party leadership.
Actually dictatorial.
He's not in. It's all those are state functionary words, because you don't understand that Dr. Besigye is not in active politics of running the party. He's not.
Yes, true, he's not. Literally, he's not.
He's not.
But
there.
He seeks to control the party from Katonga.
No, sir, that is not true.
Where the Salamu Musumbas get orders and want to go and influence.
Look at me again. I don't take no orders from nobody. I take orders from my heart and from my goals in life. I don't take orders from other people. And adults that I deal with, I work with them as colleagues. I work with them as people we have chosen to work with. Any day that I get tired, I'll go away. I'm not in a prison.
Like we have said before, that NRM cannot survive without Museveni. Can FDC for one survive without Besigye?
Let me tell you something. This is where you go wrong. Dr. Besigye was serving his second term as a party president. And he chose, because that same accusation came up, that he was bigger than the party. He asked that in the best interest of growing this party, allow me to step aside so that you go away with it, you continue with it. He left and Honourable Muntu became the party president. Remember that? He served his term, and we have a third president who is Honourable Patrick Amuria Toboy. That's number 3. You don't talk about, you don't see that in NRM. As a founder, he's on the side, organizing differently to support that
I think the NRM is right to fear what you're experiencing now. That along the way, somebody said Dr. Besigye left the party in the hands of the scavengers. He ought to have continued longer. Today you are reaping from his exit. That's why the NRM fears it.
You must let the child walk. You must let the child walk.
Is FDC walking?
It is.
Staggering.
It is staggering, walking, crawling, or whatever. It is a viable, competitive party that we talk about today.
Viability. Viable.
Competitive.
Viable.
Correct.
Viable.
Correct.
Competitive.
Robust.
FDC.
Correct.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaya.